Yes, students, because of Schrodinger wave equation, we understood orbital, we understood they have some orientation. Then for their explanation, we need to take help of polar coordinates. Out of the three polar coordinates, r, theta and phi, I am talking today about r. I am talking today about radial variation. So how the shapes of various orbitals can understood by radial coordinate. Already you know s orbital is spherical, p orbital is dumbbell, d orbital is made up of double dumbbells. But in true sense, how radially we will realize means our journey will be there from nucleus to the end of the orbital. That orientation, radial shapes of various orbitals, let us study. We understand electron as an wave and its function. That's a wave function. We represent by symbol psi. Psi has its no physical significance other than mere existence. But psi square has. This psi as a wave function has few solutions. We can solve it by use of Schrodinger's equation. Schrodinger's equation is a quadratic differential equation of wave function. And this equation has solutions. Which solutions? It gives triplet values. First, n, that's a principal quantum number. Second, L, azimuthal quantum number. And third, ml, magnetic quantum number. These variables are quantum numbers. This gives idea about orbitals. It is found that wave function psi in spherical coordinates has two parts. One part is called radial and other part is called angular. Radial part is useful to describe first two quantum numbers n and l, and angular part can describe again two quantum numbers second and third. Mathematically, if I have to represent, how can I represent that wave function psi? A psi which has dependable triplet n, l, ml in polar coordinates. What are the polar coordinates? R, theta and phi is equal to radial part which can describe n comma l, and in bracket only radial coordinate, only small r, into angular part. So for that I am using the letter A, which can describe L comma ml with which coordinates, with which polar coordinates, theta and phi. These are spherical coordinates, polar coordinates. Here n means principal quantum number, can take value 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on. L means azimuthal quantum number, can take a value 0, 1, 2, 3 and so on. Magnetic quantum number can take values from plus L to minus L. If I consider say one point r1, theta 1, phi 1, r1 will represent distance of that point from center. Theta 1 is an angle to positive direction of z axis. Phi 1 is angle to positive x axis in xy plane. Means we have to draw a shadow of line joining of origin and that point on xy plane, and then we have to measure the angle with positive direction of x axis. Psi is a complete wave function. R means capital R and in brackets small r. Capital R represents radial and small r represents coordinate. Is a radial part of the wave function. And capital A represents angular. In bracket, who are the variables? Which coordinates are there? Theta and phi is the angular wave function. Let us understand orbitals, their wave functions. How do they vary along R as a radial axis? As we move from center, as we move away from nucleus through the vehicle. What is our vehicle? Radial coordinate. Means as I move away from the center, as I move away from the nucleus through a vehicle called radial coordinate, I'll find electron cloud. That indicates existence of psi, existence of wave function. Sometime it may possible I'll get only gap will space where wave function will not exist, where electrons will not exist. Then such region is called as node. What node means? It is absence of wave. It is absence of wave function. Pictorially, orbitals can be represented as. Now see, in front of you, I am showing few orbitals. The first orbital. Here n is equal to 1, L is equal to 0. Can you answer which orbital it is? It's a 1s orbital. S orbital, L is equal to 0 means S orbital. So it is spherically symmetric. At the center there is a nucleus by dark black color it is represented. As I move away from the nucleus, I am finding electrons, but slowly, probability of finding electron decreases. Density of electron decreases. Occurrence of electron decreases. Electrons are more near the nucleus. I am saying near the nucleus, not at the nucleus. Electrons are more near the nucleus, and as I move through a vehicle called radial coordinate away from the nucleus, I'll get a less density of the electrons, and that is shown by fading, that is shown by gray color, weak gray color, and then nearly white color. That's our orbital. That's our oneness orbital. Now answer for my question. In our journey from nucleus to the end to the last portion of the orbital, did we find anywhere gap? Did we find anywhere node? Did we find anywhere absence of wave? Absolutely not. Electron density decreased, but electrons were there. So there is a no node in this orbital. So 0 is a number of node for this orbital. Which orbital? 1s orbital. Now I inform you what is the formula to find radial nodes. Number of radial nodes is equal to n minus l minus 1. In this orbital, what is the value of n? 1. What is the value of l? 0. So 1 minus 0 minus 1. After all, answer is 0. So mathematically also we can find out how many nodes will exist in particular orbital. Concept will be more clear by further orbitals. See the next orbital. Here n is equal to 2. L is equal to again 0. Means which orbital I am showing here? Yes, it's a 2s orbital. Now pay the attention towards nucleus. We have to start our journey from nucleus. And what is our vehicle? Radial coordinate is our vehicle. R is our vehicle. Let us move away from the nucleus. Near nucleus, electrons are there. Slowly, electron will decrease. And after some time, it is found electrons are not existing. Electrons are not there. Waves are not there. Wave function is not there. It is shown by white region. After again some time, if I continue our journey, I'll find electron density, more electron density. And further if I continue journey, electron density decreases. If I have to talk again, from nucleus, as I come out of the nucleus, I am finding electrons. Slowly electron density decreases, they become zero, and afterwards for some duration I am finding no electrons. Again I find electrons, and then electron density decreases further. I hope you are getting this point. So inner circle, what you are finding, no, it is near the 1s orbital. And from 1s orbital to 2s orbital, there is a gap. There is a vacuum. Their electrons are not existing. And that's our node. That's our radial node. Again, we are getting electrons from the 2s orbital. So though we are talking about 2s orbital, we are coming to the region of 1s orbital. So radially, there is one node present. White region you are finding, that's a one node. That's a radial node. Let us find it by formula. What is our formula to find number of radial nodes? Number of radial nodes is equal to n minus L minus 1. What is the value of n? 2. Value of L? 0. So 2 minus 0 minus 1. Answer is 1. Yes, and that one node we found there. It is represented in the diagram. Is that 2s orbital clear? Till now what you may be thinking, 2s orbital means only the outer one sphere will be there. No. Here genesis remain in the oneness also. Radially how in true sense experiencing the orbital, that is shown there. It has mathematical base. Let us understand this by one more orbital. See here. In this orbital n is equal to 2 and L is equal to 1, means which orbital it is? Means actually which subshell it is? It is 2p subshell. One of the orbital is represented out of that 2p subshell. Here we are getting the knowledge about what the subshell. Same story will repeat for other orbitals present in that subshell. If you see this subshell, that's a 2p. At the center there is a nucleus. As I move away from the nucleus, in any direction I can move, means left side or right side, I will find electrons. As I move further, as I continue my journey, what is the vehicle for our journey? Radial coordinate. That's R. As I continue my journey, slowly electron finding probability decreases. Electron occurrence decreases, and at last it ends. That is the end of the orbital. But till the end of the orbital, I was finding electrons. Maybe electron density decreased, but electrons were there. So how many radial nodes are there as I move from center, as I move from nucleus to the end of the orbital, end of that subshell? There was no node. So number of nodes are 0. Can you find it mathematically? What is the formula to find the node? N minus L minus 1. What is the value of n? 2. Value of L? 1. So 2 minus 1 is equal to 0. Yes, mathematically also we are getting no node. But generally you might have understood p orbital when we represent, there remains a node. That's a nodal plane exists. I am talking about radial node. Don't get confused about that nodal plane and our radial node concept. Let us focus on our radial node concept. Let us understand radial distribution. Let us understand radial function of the wave function. Now see one more orbital. N is equal to 3, L is equal to 1. Means which subshell it is? 3p subshell, because we can get idea about the subshell. Orbital, that I said, because one I am representing, therefore because the subshell has 3 orbitals, 3px, 3py, 3pz. For the sake of simplicity, one will do, therefore orbital is represented. Otherwise here we are getting idea about only L. Radial distribution function gives idea about subshell. Doesn't give idea whether it is a px, py or pz. About that distinguishing radial distribution function cannot do. But for the sake of brevity, I represented here one of the orbital. Now observe this orbital. As I move away from the nucleus, what is my vehicle? Radial coordinate R, to say right side. Electron density is there, slowly it will decrease, and one time no electrons. No electrons, no wave function means what is that? Node. Yes, there is one node. After completion of the gap, after finding a gap for some time, again electrons I am finding. And then electron density decreases. And at last, orbital ends. At last, subshell ends. That's the last region of the subshell. So during my journey from the nucleus to right side, how many times I found gap? How many times I found absence of wave function? How many times I found absence of electrons? Only one time. Means how many radial nodes are present? Only one. Let us find mathematically. Formula is n minus L minus 1. N is equal to 3, L is equal to 1. So 3 minus 1 minus 1. Answer is 1. Yes. So one node is present. One need not get confused. Right side one node is there and left side one node is there. No. Our vehicle is fixed. Direction is fixed. You can go to one direction. If I described for right side, you can go to left side. You will get the same result. But don't get confused about both where we are finding so two nodes are present. No. Direction is to fix from nucleus till the end of the subshell. Let us understand it by further one more example. Here spherical orbital is represented, means you might be with idea it may be the s orbital. Let us see. Here n is equal to 3 and L is equal to 0, means which orbital it is? Yes, our guess is right. It is 3s orbital. Let us start our journey from nucleus. Go to any direction now because it is a spherical symmetry. And our vehicle is radial coordinate. So from nucleus, as I move away at the beginning, I'll find electrons. Slowly electron density will decrease. I'll find gap. First gap I will find. After some time, again I'll find electrons. Electron density will decrease. And second gap I'll find. After some time, if I continue my journey, I'll get further set of electrons. Electron cloud. Slowly electron cloud density decreases, and at last that subshell ends. So how many times I found gaps? How many times I found vacuum? How many times I found absence of wave function? Two times. So how many nodes are there? Which nodes? Radial nodes. Two radial nodes are present here. Let us validate by our formula n minus L minus 1. Value of n is 3, L is 0. So 3 minus 0 minus 1. Answer is 2. Yes, and the two number of nodes we found there. So in diagram also two nodes are represented. I think understanding of the subshell through radial coordinate is clear to you. Means we are trying to understand now wave function. Wave function has two parts, radial and angular. Out of that radial part we have discussed. Radial shapes we discuss. From this one thing you will note. First occurrence of any subshell has no radial node. Means if I consider S as a subshell, means where value of L is 0. Where S subshell starts from n is equal to 1 from first principal quantum number. So 1s has no radial node. If I consider second subshell, that's a L is equal to 1. Means which subshell it is? P subshell. P subshell starts from which level? That's a principal quantum number 2. So 2p is a beginning subshell. 1p is not there. P subshell starts from 2. So 2p. 2p subshell has no node. Accordingly, 3d subshell will be with no node. 4f subshell will be with no node. Are you getting this point or difficult to digest? Just work on this n minus L minus 1 formula. You will understand. Now it's a time of homework. As a homework student, I ask you two questions. Answers are very short. Report total number of radial nodes for two orbitals. Which orbitals? First orbital is 4s orbital and second orbital is 3d orbital. Write that number in comment box. I am waiting for your answers. Now we understood the radial shapes of the various orbitals. But who do exist there in orbital? Of course, electrons. Electrons have wave function. Wave function has its no physical significance other than the amplitude, other than its simple mere existence. The physical significance is for psi square. That indicates its probability of finding the electron. So as we move radially along that radial coordinate, how can we find probability of occurrence of electrons? That's called radial distribution. Let us see radial distributions of various atomic orbitals. Their concept of node will be more clear to you.